unmute that, so I should be able to hear me now. We do have a stronger thunderstorm that was a little bit much stronger. Microphone issues. I'll be back in just one moment. There we go. That's coming back on now. Oh, not that scene. I'm going to go to this scene. Alrighty. After that, we can now actually start to talk about the severe thunderstorm. This is a strong thunderstorm moving to the southeast, so Greenville is in the path of this. Milford, we might get a little, the northern portion of it, maybe some heavier rainfall. Otherwise, we're in the clear for now. Just to the south of Greenville are going to be intercepting the storm, probably. And make sure everything is working correctly. There we go. So again, this is a strong thunderstorm. Does have a history of producing half an inch size hail, moving to the southeast at approximately 29 miles an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw a track on it. Yeah, it looks like around 12 minutes is going to impact Greenville. The heaviest of rainfall is starting to go towards our area. Again, there we go. So again, this does have a history of producing some decent sized hail. Half an inch to be exact. Again, severe hail, 20% chance. We do have a 80% chance of seeing some hail, so that's a very high chance for that storm. Again, going to impact Greenville within the next half an hour. Nashua, keep an eye out for this storm. You could be getting the, I would say, southeastern portion of this storm. So the storm is located right over Jaffrey. Greenville is also in the path of this storm. I'm going to take a look at the... Nothing too crazy there. Velocity. Both sides of rotation of this storm. Alright, so it looks like the storm is kind of starting to strengthen a little bit. You can definitely tell right here. We will be getting some heavier rainfall within the probably within half an hour. And this storm is moving to the southeast, so Greenville do have you should be on alert. The storm is moving towards your location. Nashua, so I would say southern portions of Nashua, you do have that chance of the storm impacting you. And Milford, you do have a chance of seeing the very northern portion of this storm. So heavier rainfall possibly getting into the Milford area. Gonna keep keeping an eye on that. It's not producing a severe thunderstorm warning at the moment. Let me pull up something real quick. Alrighty. So areas north, Wilton, Derry, Merrimack, and Manchester do have a chance of seeing this southern portion of the storm near Hillsborough. This is another storm moving to the southeast, so Antrim do have a chance of seeing some pretty decent amount of rain. Again, no severe thunderstorm warning issued at the moment, but these storms may get up to severe potential. Let me just switch radar sites to see if I can get anything better. Radar. So yeah, this storm is really close to the border, just to the south, or just moving into the Greenville area. Jaffrey just got hit with a pretty decent sized storm. Hillsborough, you do have a storm going to be impacting you. You will probably be getting the very northeastern portion of the storm. Raymond, be on alert. You might be getting a chance of seeing some storms later on this evening. Another storm just to the east of Henniker and southwest of Concord, to the north of Manchester. So anywhere along anywhere in southeastern portions of the state, be on alert. These could become severe at any moment. This is a smaller line that's kind of starting to form. So I'm going to see if I can do this. So this storm is moving to the southeast, so pretty much anywhere in the Manchester, Raymond, Suncock area, this storm is going to be making its way into your area within the next, I would say, half an hour. And pretty much anywhere in southern New Hampshire, be on alert. There is a chance you might get some heavier rainfall, maybe some chances of some hail, small hail, not large hail right now. And again, the storm is not severe warned at the moment. But any of these storms right now could become severe at this time. So it's looking like this storm also has a history of producing less than half an inch size hail. This storm has a 50% probability of seeing some hail. Do have a 0% of seeing severe hail. So the very small hail, nothing too major for the area. This storm just to the north of just to almost Greenville, has had a history of producing some hail as well, some small hail. Nothing too major. Again, these storms aren't severe at this point in time, but I don't know if they are going to strengthen or weaken. Looks like the storm to the south is starting to weaken a little bit, getting into Greenville. So let's turn on the lightning, see if there is any decent sized lightning. Yeah, we do have a few areas of some lightning strikes with this storm, just to the pretty much west of Greenville. And the storm near Antrim has also been producing some decent amount of lightning. Let me increase the icon size. There we go. So not too much lightning with these storms, but it is getting towards cooler weather. The humidity has pretty much gone out of here. Let me actually check that. So dew points dew points are getting back into the more comfortable range. Still a little bit humid. That's why we do have that chance of seeing some severe thunderstorms later on today, or later on this evening, for southeastern portions of New Hampshire, and this is why the severe thunderstorm watch was still in effect for the eastern portions of Massachusetts. And again, this is dew points are going to be making their way back to comfortable, so back to 40s as we get into as we get into tomorrow. So we can actually see if there's a front. The front should be almost here, yeah. So there is a dry line, so the drier air is going to be moving its way into the area later on this evening into tomorrow morning as well. So tomorrow's going to be feeling a lot more comfortable out. And I'm going to pull up the temperatures for tomorrow. So yeah, comfortable, definitely seeing some comfortable temperatures for Sunday. Lower 70s and upper 60s for most areas. The dew points comfortably in the lower 40s and upper 50s, so less humid and more drier air moving in for next week. Next week looks, the first half of next week looking very pleasant outside. Lower to mid 70s and lower 80s as well. Upper 80s and lower 90s for Wednesday and Thursday before we get a chance of seeing some showers and thunderstorms popping up for Wednesday and Thursday of next week as well. Alrighty. So again, this storm near Greenville is starting to show signs of weakening. We have had a history of producing hail with this storm. I would say less than a half an inch size hail for this storm in Greenville. Looks like it's starting to maybe strengthen a little bit. Just got an update on the track. It is moving to the southeast again at 29 miles an hour. So it is actually kind of a slow moving storm for this time of for this storm as well. So let me flip back over here. So looks like Milford is going to be getting maybe some decent heavier downpours potentially for the for southern portions of Milford. I would say anywhere probably west of the Oval and west of Route 13, south of 101 is where you could be getting the areas of heavier rainfall. So Wilton, keep an eye out at very southern portions of Milford. This storm, you could get some decent amount of rain for this from this system. This storm looks like it's getting a little bit decent size. So Antrim, you are in pretty much under the storm right now. Has had a history of producing a half an inch size hail. It's running about pea size hail. That's going to be impacting the towns of Derry, Nashua. Again, anywhere southeastern New Hampshire, so southwestern Rockingham County, southeastern and southeastern and central portions of Hillsborough County, and eastern portions of Cheshire County do have a chance of seeing some more decent sized rain, heavier rainfall, possibly even to a strong thunderstorm. Not out of the question for later on tonight within the next hour or so. Let me pull out track. Here's your timeline. 2 minutes in Antrim, 16 minutes in Milford, 17 in Derry, 20 in Merrimack, and 23 in Nashua. So these are estimated times. So Antrim, you are pretty much under the thunderstorm right now. And where you see that the pink color, so right in there, that's where you have that chance of seeing some hail. Maybe even some do have that chance again seeing of the pretty extreme rainfall in that pink color. So again, this storm is moving to the southeast, so anywhere in pretty much this area outlined in yellow, you should be on alert. The storm is moving to the southeast, so you might be getting some areas of heavier rainfall later on in the hour. So probably by 9 o'clock is when these storms will be impacting southeastern portions of Rockingham County, southern and central portions of Hillsborough County as well. Let's see if they issued a... So again, temperatures are very comfortable. Actually, let me pull those up right now. Hold on a second. There we go. Wait for this to pop up. So temperatures were very hot for this afternoon, very warm and mild. 70s and 80s, lower 90s in some areas. But the humidity was also a factor with today's heat and with the heat. So temperatures are very comfortable right now. Around 70 degrees for most areas in southern Hampshire, getting into possibly even the lower 50s in some areas in north and central portions of New Hampshire. Let's take a look at the radar for the entire state. So we do have some heavier downpours up in Maine by Millinocket and getting into Milo and Lincoln as well. So anywhere right now where this cold front is moving through does have a chance of seeing some heavier rainfall. Alright, so looks like we just got a radar update. So this is actually starting to fill in this storm by southern portions of southwestern portions of Hillsborough. So anywhere in southern portions of Milford. So pretty much by this line. Okay, let me clean that up. So anywhere in this outlined yellow area is where we do have that chance of seeing our first batch of rain for tonight. Do have another batch that we might be getting later on this afternoon, or sorry, later on this evening rather. And that is this pretty decent sized storm has had a history of producing hail. Anywhere again in that purple to pink color is where we are seeing the possible hail core. So where there is that inch, possibly up to an inch in size hail or greater. pretty decent sized storm in Massachusetts. Another couple of cells there. This one is also pretty interesting for the area. So again, nothing too crazy with these thunderstorms or with these areas of heavier rainfall. Maybe a rumble of thunder within this storm by Greenville. Otherwise, pretty much just heavy rain and for a brief downpour and some areas of strong wind gusts potentially as well. But this storm up here by Hillsborough is what we're looking at right now. That might be a pretty decent sized thunderstorm producer. Go back to the Doppler radar. There we go. So yeah, nothing too crazy for this storm in Greenville anymore. Just some heavier rainfall, maybe a downpour. I did have at one point a history of producing hail. That has since moved on, and you do have just some heavier rainfall, maybe some strong winds left with this storm as well. This is the one again we're looking at near Antrim. Just moved through Antrim, going to the southeast. So Derry, Milford, Merrimack, Nashua, Wyndham, all be on alert. This storm, or this area of heavy rainfall, is making its way into the area within the next 20 minutes to half an hour or so. So we do have a special weather statement issued for this storm. It's moving to the east, so I would say in the New Boston area, you might be getting some heavier rainfall. Let me make it so I can see more towns. So wasn't it? Yeah, pretty much New Boston, you do have a brief chance of seeing some downpours, maybe some strong winds at some point within the next, I would say, 10 to 20 minutes, possibly even up to a half an hour. Alright. So again, Milford, Wilton, you are getting some heavier downpours. I would say within the next 10 minutes, it should be clearing the area. Again, south portions of Milford, so past just to the south, I would actually I'll draw a line here. This is where you could be seeing the areas of some heavier rainfall. So anywhere in this outline area. Let me fix that. No. Alright, so again, nothing too crazy for right now. So it looks like we're gonna end the stream now until that storm is going to be getting into the area.